We are here live for the Summer 2025 Young Marine News Network, filming from the top of Window Rock on the Navajo Nation. And I am joined by your National Young Marine of the Year, Sergeant Major Bahadur. Now, he did not suddenly grow 6 feet. We're actually filming sideways on the side of the mountain, but it does make us look almost the same size. You have been incredibly busy.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was like bam, bam, bam. Well, so have I, but we have both been incredibly busy. Why don't you tell them what you've been up to?
Busy summer this year. We started out with the National Leadership Academy. Great, seeing a lot of leadership, teamwork, and watching those young Marines grow. Drilling ceremonies was such an amazing opportunity for young Marines to go out and learn the proper way of drill from many retired Sergeant Majors from the Marine Corps, and Camp Chester. You know, the fun part of our program, the adventures and the rock climbing and swimming and all that fun stuff.
You know, here we are. This is the advance party. You know, every time we come to Code Talker Day, you know, things change out on the reservation. Things change at Window Rock. So we always come up early and do an advanced reconnaissance of the Window Rock hike. I mean, that's a good operational risk management thing. And we were really happy to have some folks from some other units join us. We got young Marines that came up with us this morning to get that hike and just get going. But this is the recon day. We're going to check everything out. Over the next couple of days, though, we're going to participate in ceremonies with the Navajo Code Talker families at the museum. We're going to be at the parade grounds supporting the Navajo Nation Veterans Administration. We're going to do community service projects at the zoo and at Veterans Park like we've done every year for over a decade now. All part of this experience. You know, but it's such a special place. And after over 10 years of doing it myself, it's always great to bring someone for their first time. And this year, Sergeant Major Bahadur's first year, I mean.
Exactly. Yeah, no, this is my first time out here, and let me tell you, the few hours that we've been here already, it's amazing. As you can see behind us, it is so beautiful. And it's so special to their people, and they take it with such pride that, you know, being around them and listening to them about that is just, you know, it makes you all like warm inside. And I actually got to meet a special friend of the program, Mr. Irvin, and he told me all about their culture and religion. And
you know what? Let's bring Mr. Irvin in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, you know, Mr. Irvin Smith is the son and nephew of two of the Navajo Code Talkers. He's been a friend of our program for 8 years or more now. You've been coming out and meeting with us, talking to us, videoing with us. Just really special to have you. In fact, this morning, he spent some time talking with the young Marines about some of the history. He talked about the movie Wind Talkers. We did a special blessing for your ancestors at the Code Talker Memorial. Spent some time with Mr. Bahadur talking.
Yes, exactly. A lot of stories that were told. And I just want to say thank you, sir. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for your ancestors' service. But he told us a little about their traditions, and as you can see, the drums and the cornmeal. And what's interesting is that you'd pour a little bit of this cornmeal in your hand, and you'll kind of connect with nature. Take a deep breath and think about what you want to do for your future and your future goals, and look throughout that window right there and just spread it out. And you just feel so warm, and you feel so connected with the nature and the reserve right here. And it was an amazing time, and it was an amazing opportunity to learn about this.
I would just like to say a hehe to all the young Marines that are here today and take part in celebrating our Navajo Code Talker Day each August 14th. I just welcome each and every one of you, not only here to Window Rock, but into our family, our Navajo family. The sacredness of this place that brings you here and makes it even more sacred for us. We thank you for participating in our Navajo Code Talker Day, keeping their memory and what they did to better our lives. And I ask you to continue coming out here on Navajo Code Talker Day to keep their memory strong. And most of all you young Marines, next year, come meet us all here.
I got to tell you, that's a personal invite from the reservation. So 2026, it looks like we're going to have more young Marines out here. Thank you, Mr. Irvin, for everything you do, sir. Hoorah.
Hoorah.
know, as part of coming here is also the service. You know, as the Navajo Code Talkers gave back to us and sacrificed their lives, it's really important for us as young Marines to be able to give back, and it's a huge part of our program. Now, soon we'll be going down to the zoo and cleaning up all the weeds that are around it. And the zoo is, what they do is truly amazing. They take the animals from the wild or sometimes from homes, and they take care of them. They treat them and make sure they have a safe place and a safe environment. And the fact that we come out here every year and help clean up their space, help clean up their environment is just truly amazing, and it just comes back to us as what we do as young Marines and make our communities around us better.
You know, and that's it. You know, we talk about leadership, we talk about citizenship through community service and living a healthy, drug-free lifestyle. When we're out here, we practice all those pieces of the Young Marines program. But the big key on the citizenship piece, like you said, you know, we're going in, we're giving back.
Exactly.
You know, they work off of volunteers, just like our program. I mean, our program runs off of volunteers. All these adults standing over here watching us film, and they're giving their personal time to make this program successful. And then we come out here and give that personal time to help the Dene, the Navajo, have a great, you know, park, zoo, all those places. It's really special. Makes it a lot. And it's fun.
Yes, sir.
But it's really special.
100%.
You know, here at the Navajo Zoo, you walk around and you see all these animals from the reservation that have been injured and nursed back to health, but you know, they have to stay here. They're not going to be safe in the wild, you know, and so it's just amazing to see that. We're right here outside the eagle sanctuary. Just amazing, the eagles in here, you know, across the reservation, and you know, just a great walkthrough. And I know that we're going to come up and help clean this up some here as part of our community service that we mentioned. So as mentioned, we're kind of doing split operations. We have a group of the Navajo descendant families that are going to be meeting us here tomorrow morning. We're going to do our ceremony in the morning. When the ceremony's over, the Navajo descendants are coming and they're doing a parade back to the museum where the families will be there doing displays with their family members, helping educate young Marines and others about the sacrifice, the service, the honor of all that went on during World War II with the Code Talkers. Concurrently, we're going to have the Navajo Nation Department of Veteran Affairs is going to do a veteran stand down for all the veterans in the Navajo Nation. And we're going to have a booth there with young Marines supporting that as well, because that's also the way that they're giving back to all the veterans here that have served. It's really just an amazing day across here at Window Rock of support to veterans, honoring service, honoring sacrifice. We're just proud to be a part of it.
Yes, sir.
Super excited to be honoring the veterans, getting able to know a little bit more about our history. It's not every day that you see something monumental as a whole nation doing something super important to help like a war effort. And there's so many other different efforts, but the Navajo Nation is just one example of something that's truly special.
Marine Corps, no matter what age, teaches you discipline.
I have 3 of them.
And we all need discipline in our life.
You know, here we are at Navajo Code Talker Day, which kind of is the end of the summer programs for young Marines, the big stuff, because young Marines are going back to school and everything. But you roll the clock back just a couple of months, and it was Memorial Day and the National Memorial Day Parade in Washington, D.C. Units from around the country participating, you know, looking proud, carrying those banners in front of a host of senior members, people from Congress, the Commandant of the Marine Corps. You got to meet them. The Ukrainian ambassador, there were several foreign dignitaries there, as well as members from the United States. Just an amazing, amazing event. But you know, we can't rest, you know, after that. So what it was, less than 2 weeks later, you and I were off to Oregon Coast for National Leadership Academy at Camp Rylea. Great event, had advanced leader school, we had a senior leadership school, young Marines from around the country. Just an amazing experience for them.
And we're currently here at Camp Rylea. Now behind me, as you can see, we have the drill evaluation. For the past 8 days, these young Marines have been working hard and trying to prepare for this day. Now, why is drill so important in our program? Well, it's our root and connection to the veterans as well as the military aspect of it.
So today, as Young Marine Gunner Sergeant Carpy said, the ALS students completed their communications workshop. So their goal was to teach a group of SLS students about communication. But it wasn't just about teaching, it was about assigning an activity and as well evaluating what they taught.
All these young Marines are all across the globe, and I'm so excited to be able to connect with each and every one of them, learn different things, learn how they lead in their units, and learn all their leadership and all their leadership styles, everything they have been taught.
There it is, there it is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so earlier this week we had the Young Marines plot out some points on the graph using protractors, and right now they're going to be navigating in small groups from point to point, and these points are going to range from 600 to 800 meters apart.
That's awesome. You know, that work and leadership that they use in teams as they're navigating throughout the woods and trying to find their next point, that's when you start to see that teamwork, that bonding.
Here we are on the beach at Camp Rylea, Oregon National Guard Training Center. Shout out to the Guard for letting us use their base for a week for National Leadership Academy here. Hey, finished the first half of the moto run. People are pretty moto.
Oh, yes, sir, they were. As you can see, all soaking wet. We did moto push-ups in the water, moto sit-ups in the water. It was an amazing time. Young Marines chanting, screaming, and just such a bonding experience and moment.
Hey, Young Marines. Many of you know Chief Warrant Officer 4 retired Rob Willis. He is the National Leadership Academy School Director. He's really brought it full circle from the beginning. But I can't thank you enough for what you've done to bring the level of professionalism to school. You, the adult volunteers have come from around the country to help pull this off, along with the motivated cadre. Hoorah! Thanks so much. Thanks.
Now, aside from Rylea, we've had a lot of national leadership academies going on across the nation, and I was very fortunate enough to attend 2 of them. And I got to go to the one in Division I in Maryland, and that is exactly the same one that I attended to as a JLS student, which was such a sentimental moment, and it was just so cool where JLS really starts the beginning of your Young Marine career and the beginning of your leadership roles. And from there on, I adventured to Tennessee, and I got to attend the JLS and SLS over there, and it was so special just attending leadership schools as the National Young Marine of the Year, because you get to see all these young Marines grow out of their comfort zone. Leadership schools are truly an important part of our program, and I encourage every single one of you all, whenever you're ready, please go ahead and attend, because you will never regret it, and the friends you'll meet will be for a lifetime.
In addition to leadership schools, there's so many engagement opportunities, and encampments are just one of those aspects. How cool is it to get young Marines together in the outdoors? Sometimes you might get a ribbon, but you do get a lot of fun and you keep those friendships going. There were plenty of regimental and division camps across the country.
Fun activities this weekend. We started off the day right with some tag and different activities, got a little bit muddy, and then we moved straight into some crafts and Q&A with the other young Marines.
I personally think it was absolutely phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it.
It was tougher than I thought it would be. I've never been out in the water like that before in my life, and just seeing the tranquil waters, it was so clear and beautiful. Cold, but it was still beautiful. It was great.
Definitely going down by the beach, you could see the entire mountain range in the distance, and then hanging out with everybody, trying to skip rocks and sometimes failing, but just getting to hang out with them.
It's a really big team effort, and honestly, it was so fun. I got splashed, I got wet, everything was great. We went so fast down the rapids, it was amazing.
So many great events happen around the country. Units, groups of units, everywhere around the country, just amazing. Let's see some of this in action. We have Color Guards, North Jersey Young Marines, Lance Corporal Caleb Powers, Marine Corps League Department Conference in Fredericksburg. We had recruit trainings and graduations in North Jersey, Union City, Mountain View Young Marine Recruit Training. I mean, wow, bring it on. Keep growing that program and get those recruits on track. Other events that happened. Young Marines had a training day with Veterans Housing Development and a fishing derby. We had Guadalupe Valley Young Marines 4th of July parade and Flag Day ceremony. And East Valley Young Marines just down the road from here in Arizona with their flag retirement pictures that they did with other local organizations. As we make our way around various locations today here at Navajo Code Talker Day 2025, we're back out in the historic town of Gallup, New Mexico, filming right in front of the Navajo Code Talker mural. It tells the story of the Code Talkers as they left the reservation, traveled to faraway lands, helped support the World War II efforts, supporting the Marines in the Pacific, and how they came home and re-assimilated into society here, where they could not tell their story for over 20 years. Tomorrow that's how we honor them and tell their story so that we remember it and share it so that their memories will not pass. And so we'll do our wreath laying memorial service tomorrow morning and support all the other activities. But you know what? It doesn't end there, because right after that, National Young Marine of the Year and we are off to Dallas for the Marine Corps League Summer Convention 2025. Have a lot of great activities going there. Reintroduce them to their National Young Marine of the Year and meet all those great Marine Corps League members that support our program around the country. Young Marines, listen carefully. Tomorrow will mark the 80th anniversary of the surrender of the Japanese government, thus ending all the hostilities of World War II. In the short months preceding that, the Code Talkers were instrumental to that victory. But the only reason that we were able to achieve those objectives the way that we did, because all of our previous codes have been broken, and a language that we had actually tried to suppress became the key to our victory. As the Navajo stepped forward, coming off this reservation, that first batch of 29 going off into the unknown, who helped create that code, and then their brothers who came in after them and joined the Marine Corps. And the fact that we could communicate faster than anybody else and no one knew what we were doing was the key to those victories that led to that surrender. It is very unique. The Young Marines is the only national youth organization or major youth organization that comes out to Code Talker Day and learns this. And thank you for coming out and being part of this ceremony. Thank you for what you're going to do the next couple of days. Hoorah! All right, at this point in time, we are going to present the wreaths. Young Marines, 10, hut! The first wreath will be presented by the Young Marines program, represented by the National Young Marine of the Year and the Division 6 Young Marine of the Year, whose region, the Navajo Nation, lies within. Young Marines, raise and out!
Detail, raise and go!
Young Marines,
Ready, 2. Order! Go!
The next wreath will be presented by the Copper State Detachment of the Marine Corps League. The Young Marines partners for over 60 years.
Young Marines, freeze and out. Detail, freeze and go! Left face. Face.
Ready, 2.
Detail, order! Go!
So we get a little rest in September, and then we hop right into October, a really busy month, as you all know, Red Ribbon Week, including the DDR dashes. Young Marines, stay on top of your DDR hours, very important. And we also go into the Iwo Jima Symposium. We also get invited to the dinner, and it's such an amazing time for us to be able to spend time and talk and interact with the Iwo Jima veterans.
Yeah, last year we had 7 World War II veterans, 4 from Iwo Jima. Young Marines did the color guard.
Yes, sir.
That was amazing. And of course, you know, the big hit for October, happy birthday to us.
Oh, yeah.
Young Marines' birthday, how amazing is that? 60 years since incorporation, when we officially became the Young Marines of the Marine Corps League. And then later in 1980, when we became our own independent organization. Really cool, from a small start in 59 with a handful of young men in Waterbury, to incorporation in 65, to everything else we've done. What an amazing story that we get to tell. You know, and then November, 250th birthday of the United States Marine Corps, hoorah. All the Marines out there in the Young Marine News Network, hoorah. 250 years, what an amazing story for this nation and all the things the Marine Corps has brought to this nation, service and sacrifice. I could go on and on and on about that. Anyways, that and Veterans Day in November, we will be busy all around the country every year supporting that.
Don't think it stops there. We got Pearl Harbor right after. And you know, Young Marines always love coming out to Pearl Harbor because all the scenery as well as all the remembrance and veterans appreciation. And as a National Young Marine of the Year, it's really interesting to come out from behind the camera.
Yeah, it could be a little different this year, huh?
Yes, sir.
Signing off for the summer 2025 edition of Young Marine News Network at the top of Window Rock, here for Navajo Code Talker Day. Young Marines, stay motivated, stay engaged, live that healthy, drug-free lifestyle.
Keep motivating, keep inspiring, and continue to spark that passion across our nation. Young Marines, hoorah!